Energy. All right.
These are spirit
fingers.
It's a trill cook-up.
Hi, I'm Karen.
I'm Bria.
And I'm Archie.
And this is for all the girls.
Worlds will be worlds. Okay,
Come on.
You do the lyrics, so I ain't got it.
Leave the door open.
Leave it open.
Cause the girls are coming home.
Period.
Y'all know I can sing a little bit. I got a little. Hey, Drake, call me.
Hey, Drake, call me.
Call me.
Drake, you can't call us though.
You can.
We're down for
Absolutely.
sponsors.
Highlight lane.
Burn one of your candles.
Yeah. Burn one of your little candles.
Could be a guest on the show.
No. I mean, he did.
Why?
Bobby's.
Why
No, I'm saying like, no, for real.
Oh, no, but yes.
Yeah, he did Bobby's.
It'll be for all the girls, Dogs Edition.
Dogs edition.
Call me, Drake, put me on.
We can fly out to wherever you at.
Wherever you at.
We gotta pay for the flight. We'll do that. We'll do that. Well, welcome back to another episode for all the girls. On our previous episode, we was talking about friendships, and so now this is a continuation of that chat that we had. But this one is a little more in depth because we're talking about the boundaries in friendships.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. So the boundaries in friendships. So my first question is, I think when you set the boundaries in the friendship, in a relationship, so what are the boundaries as far as my friends telling me how to handle my relationship or what I should and should not share with my friends with the boundaries in relationships?
Ooh, Lord Jesus, we just talk about these.
Wait, so let me make sure I'm understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm in a relationship, what am I telling my friend versus what I'm not telling my friend?
Yeah, or like where do you set the boundaries of like, okay, you don't go this far, like in the friendship of speaking on my spouse.
Oh. Well, I ain't got no spouse. So.
Or significant other.
I ain't get either. So. I don't know if I'm much.
But baby, my girl look good, so thank you. Oh, well,
drop your
okay,
Instagram real quick. It's big_Alexis93.
Okay.
I'm shy.
I think it goes back to the levels of friendship. I feel like certain friends can say certain things.
Yeah, but I also feel like, I guess that is a level of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to be able to take what you're saying about your partner with a grain of salt because I am only getting your side of the story.
Right.
Not saying that I don't agree with you,
right.
but I'm getting your side of the story. But I feel like a lot of times, some women, like, you know, get in the chat with their little friends, and the first thing they friend, you need to break up with him, and it's like, okay, relax, let's all relax, okay, and let's give her some good advice, and not just let's break up.
So I'm all here for like rooting them on, go. But then when you get that point of like they being a fuck nigga, like ooh, like okay, I don't know how to teeter-totter with that.
But how do you like address your friend like I actually don't like your significant other?
I don't think that's something that you can. I mean, you're direct, so
Because I don't say it like that.
I don't like him.
I
don't like
I'm not feeling them. Like, but if say for instance if it's a married couple and you don't like your friend husband,
that's deep.
Yeah, that's super deep. Because if that's the case, like
Sucks to suck.
It sucks to suck.
how can he come around if you don't like him?
I mean, people do it every day, B.
Yeah.
Like, people do it every day.
I'm sorry, I'm just not the type of person. I'm not gonna make my husband feel uncomfortable, and I'm not gonna make my friend feel uncomfortable. So it's just like we'll just catch you on the flip.
But
like,
I feel like that's what my original point was. It's up to you to kind of like manage that relationship.
Yeah.
So if your best friend and your husband don't get along, maybe it is best you kind of keep them separate.
Yeah.
Unless it's like absolutely necessary that they're in the same space.
Yeah.
If you know that. If it's just like, okay, maybe homegirl got a little misunderstanding, you know, because maybe you told her something, and of course your friends are your friends, they're here to support you,
right.
you know, like their loyalty is with you.
Right.
So maybe she just had a little misunderstanding about what happened.
Yeah.
Or maybe, she only got one side of the story. So she didn't really get to hear your significant other side. But I feel like it's going to be on you to manage that. And again, that's back to what you said. Be careful, like, the things that you share. Because there are some things you won't forget that man.
Exactly.
She might not.
Exactly. Like, no. Let's go back to 1999 at 2:04. This is what you said about that nigga.
Yeah. Right. That's the tough part. Like, I would say in being in spaces of dating and sharing my dating life with my friends, like I said with y'all, there have been some guys that y'all didn't like for different reasons. And I think that in spaces of like you actually trying to build something with a person, you want, like, you don't like want the approval of your friends, but you do at the same time. Like, you want your friends to like the person that you're talking to. And it's like, again, kind of as you were saying, like, sometimes you only get this one side of things. But yeah, I think it just, it's difficult to navigate, I will say. Because as we were kind of talking about the last episode, like, conflict, right? And so, I think sometimes when you constantly see your friend in conflict, it creates a point of disdain of that person. Right. And so then when things are cool again, it's just kind of like,
that nigga did that already.
Right. And so I don't know, I feel like sometimes I can say personally it makes me withdraw from sharing information. Even in like family situations, because your family won't ride or die for you.
That's what I was gonna bring up
next.
That right there, I had to
They're there
learn
for you.
Sometimes you gotta shut up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes you gotta pick and choose what you tell, what you don't tell, because one, it's not everybody's business.
It's really not.
And it's really between you and your partner or the person that you're trying to, work things out with. Right. And also, you don't want all them opinions. It's just a lot of noise. So sometimes silence is golden.
And I feel like I'm a friend. I'm never gonna advocate for you to leave that man unless, like, crazy shit happened. He beating on you. I would even go to the point where it's like, if he's a serial cheater, okay, leave that man. Right. I was just talking to my sister about this. That, like, sometimes you're in a marriage, or at least in a marriage. If you're just dating and he cheating on you, I'm like, girl, fuck somebody else. But if you're married, your husband cheating on you, okay. Sometimes leaving that man might not be the answer. Right. And we was talking about I'm rewatching Insecure. So we was talking about when Issa cheated on Lawrence. And, of course, he reacted, whatever, let's break up. And he took some time to find himself, only for them to come back together in the end. So it's like, how different would that have happened if he would have just pump the brakes and say, okay, I'm processing this. I don't know what this is right now, but instead of reacting in anger, of course you're angry, they cheated on you, but reacting in anger.
More to it, because it was the whole dynamic with them. Like, he didn't have a job, so she was already on edge.
Right. Yeah, so instead of we're all acting out at this point.
That's it. That's exactly what it is.
And it's like,
temper
we can't making decisions when you're angry is bad. Yeah. And if you, let's say, 6 months down the road when you cooled off a little bit, you think about it like, okay, this is a person I really love and I care for. I believe that they made a mistake and I want to try to work through it with them versus, I'm leaving.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you said, you shouldn't make a decision when you're angry, but tell yourself that in the heat of the moment. It's just like, I'm about to say what I'm about to say. I'm about to make this decision right now. But like you said, I think that comes with growth in your relationship.
Right. But as a friend, yourself. As a friend, I'm going to support whatever decision you make. So if your decision is, I'm going to stay with this man, even though I might not be a fan.
I'm going to give you my opinion.
Then I'm going to give you my opinion. But at the end of the day, she going to stay with this man. What am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what it boils down to. Like, I can give you all the advice in the world, but it's up to you to make that decision.
Make that decision. Sure. And you're doing what's best for your life.
Right.
And I have to respect that.
And I'm over here like,
You do what's best for your life. I respect that. I trust my friend enough to make a decision that's best for her. Right. And all I can do, even if I don't like the decision, is support her. That's it. I'm going to stick by. That's all I can do. And I feel like, I think that's another issue with boundaries and friendships. Where, you have this one friend that feel like, I said do this and you ain't do it. Girl, you ain't my mama.
Yeah. And you not in my relationship.
Girl, like relax.
Yeah.
Okay, you're my friend. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't tell me what to do.
Right.
Right? Like, I think that's a healthy boundary. Like, I can support you in whatever decision it is that you make. If those decisions like directly affect me, okay, that's a different conversation. If I feel like you made a decision that directly harms me, that's a different conversation.
Right.
But if you make a decision for your life that don't have shit to do with me, okay, I'm just here as a spectator.
Right.
I'm support whatever you decide to do.
Right. I'll be here if it falls.
If it falls, I'll be here. If it don't, I'll be there.
I'll be that shoulder to lean on.
When it falls, I'll be here. If it don't, I'll be at the wedding. If like that's just me as a friend. This is how I think.
Yeah.
But I also think that's also having a healthy boundary. To where it's like, that's my friend. I'm not her mama.
Right.
And
she gonna choose what she want to choose.
she has that right. It's her life. She doing what's best for her life, and I gotta respect that.
Yeah. So, what about parents in the relationship? Like, let's circle back to what you were saying. As far as not only parents, but like siblings, cousins, anybody, because once you put that out there, that's how they gonna view them.
Yep.
And so, like I said, I had to learn the hard way because my daddy, my dog. If you watching this, daddy, I tell my daddy everything, and it got to the point where it affected his relationship with Dre. Like, he didn't like Dre for a minute because of the things that I was saying, but he didn't hear his side of it.
If you only telling him bad stuff, like,
oh yeah, and it's just like no.
But again,
like, what is this?
Down to your loyalty piece. Sometimes you ain't even gotta hit the other side for real, but it's still not right. But you uncomfortable.
Yep.
You mad. You whatever.
Right,
and I think that's where you kind of need that balance. Like, tying it back to friendships. Like, you kind of need that balance of someone like, yeah, I'm gonna ride for you, but I also have to hold you accountable. Like, accountability is also a boundary. Like, I can't just let you slip, slide, and do everything.
I know you doing dumb shit.
Right. Like, you out here cheating. You out here doing all this crazy stuff, but you still want me to support you. So also, I feel like, where are the boundaries within yourself and your own moral compass, and really like holding your friend accountable to be like, look, I'm gonna have your back, but you gotta cheat.
Wrong.
You wrong, right? And it's like, I think sometimes in friendships we get into this people pleasing mode.
Yeah,
that's me.
And we just want to make sure like I don't hurt her feelings, or I don't like check me. Like, no, you being dumb. I love you, but you being dumb.
All right, I'm still be a friend, but
you being dumb.
That was wrong.
That's something I have to work on with y'all. Like, I be looking at it and I be saying in my head like, okay, Karen, how can you put this nicely? Because sometimes I be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
I feel like this goes back to our last episode, like tone and tact. And like, there's a way to say things. There's a way to say your opinion respectfully.
Yeah, you gotta know your audience.
Yeah,
I'm sensitive. Don't tell me I'm being dumb.
Yeah, like,
because I'm gonna leave the chat.
Like, sometimes I be looking like, okay, Karen, how can I put this nicely? And then that's why sometimes Archie, like, if we're having a conversation, or if one of y'all respond first, I'm like, okay, good, I know how to piggyback off that. And how to say it right.
How the tone.
Yeah, I see how the tone goes, so I can say that.
But also, I feel like sometimes it's just about being there. Yeah, like, it's not like I feel like the boundary is like just being there.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's sometimes that's all that people need.
Yeah. Most times.
Like, just to listen.
Yeah.
I don't need a rebuttal. I just need you to listen to me for a second.
Right.
And I think back to my dad and my relationship. He'll listen. Trust me. He'll listen. Like, my dad is a guy with very little words if you need him. And he'll listen, but he's like taking that all. It's kind of like the Black Panther, you know, when everything hit him, and then like when it comes out, it's like boom. Like, that's how it is. That's how it was.
But I also feel like that's a healthy that's a boundary that like you also need to hold space as a friend. Like, okay, my friend's telling me all this stuff. She's telling me all this bad stuff or whatever. My friend's emotional right now. You know, my friend is, you know, he might not be a terrible person, but I support my friend, but also being able to be objective and hold my friend accountable. My friend, that was not okay what you did. I will support you, but I'm gonna tell you, I think you should do something else.
So how is it if your friend's spouse is your friend?
Your friend's spouse
is also your friend.
It's also your friend.
Okay.
Like, where's the safe space in that?
Baby, my name Benny and I ain't even. I ain't gonna play with you. Talk to your husband.
Do not talk to me.
Talk to your husband.
Or talk to your wife, baby. Cause I don't.
But the thing is, like, but like you said, sometimes a friend just needs you to be there.
Right.
Like, so if I'm venting, like, would that have you view the spouse a different way?
That's the thing. I feel like if you're gonna put yourself in that situation, I do think one, you have to just be, I'm just here, right? I'm here to take it wherever you're taking.
Right.
I'm not going back and repeating it.
Right.
I'm not taking sides.
Yeah.
I'm just here. You talk to me this.
And I think that's a very rare, like, dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think any of y'all, like Corey will come talk to you about whatever, and then like, I don't think that is in either dynamics, right? So I feel like that's a very rare scenario in itself. Not that it isn't there, but it's very rare.
And I feel like in all of these, again, tying it back to boundaries, like, boundaries are what you gonna do. It's not about like making other people do things.
Right.
It's not about, you know, well, if your boundary is, I can't talk to Karen about, if Karen and Andrea are gonna come and talk to me about their relationship issues, maybe my boundary is, I can't talk to y'all about your relationship issues.
Right.
No.
This is off limits.
This is off limits. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe my boundary is, if Karen tells me something, I'm not gonna repeat it to Dre. Vice versa. I can't repeat it.
Yeah.
Even if I do feel a type of way about it.
Yeah.
I just gotta really eat it. Because I'm not gonna start that friction.
Right.
For sure.
Like, why you go and tell? Like, and then next thing you know, we cheesing in each other's face, and y'all haven't heard the worst of the worst. So I think, like I said, I had to learn that the hard way, just with family.
Yeah,
like just
it's
with
tough.
family. Yeah.
It's tough
because that's where I feel like with your family, that's where I'm most vulnerable at. And then it's just like when I'm feeling some type of way, it's like blah 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 blah. And then they looking, and then whole time I'm probably the one that started everything that I'm complaining about. So I think that's something I learned. I'm proud of myself on changing that. Cause now, thanks.
Good job.
Cause now my dad is like, he loves Dre. Like and
what's not to love?
Child, when he said he loved him, I said, huh? You said what? Tell him I love him. I was like, what? Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So, but we're in a good space now. But before, baby.
But I do think, like, at least in terms of friendship, I do think, I don't know how it is with men, because again, I don't have no male friends. I don't know how it is with men, but like, at least with women, I do feel like we can become a bit enmeshed in our friends, and really, and it's not to say don't be not invested in your friend's life, but I do think there is a boundary that you need to hold. Like, this is Karen. Karen got her own life, her own dreams, her own feelings. I'm literally just a character in Karen's story, right?
Ooh, I like that.
I'm not.
You are the main character. Karen.
Period. You the main character in your story. I'm not here to tell Karen what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell Karen, you know, if Karen would, you know, jump off a cliff tomorrow, who am I to
I
be
can
like?
give her some advice. Don't
I
do
do,
it.
right? Give her advice. You know, I don't think, but parachute is going like, I can do my best.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Karen's gonna do what Karen thinks is best for Karen.
Right.
So it's either, and I feel like that's also important in aligning yourself with the friends that you think you need to have. And I also think we get in that rut too, where you got somebody who just be doing shit that you just don't agree with. They just not a person that you would rock with for real. And we get so frustrated, like, well, I told her not to cheat on her man. She did it anyway, and it's making me frustrated. Baby, you don't gotta be that girlfriend.
Exactly.
Right.
Or you
you
should be frustrated.
You should be frustrated.
Right.
She moving in ways that you don't agree with.
Right.
She,
That's
you know, you making it hard. She's making it hard for y'all to like find a commonality because y'all missing each other. She doing shit you don't agree with.
I think that's where it comes when y'all said earlier, like, nope, don't bring it to me no more.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the
that's
same
it.
token, I feel like it is hard. So let's say, for example, I have a friend, or I don't have this friend, but just say, let's make her up. Let's say I have a friend who, she married, but she constantly cheating on her husband, right? That's not shit that I can condone. Like, I'm not gonna like keep with you and like
No, because
your
it's not
cheating
funny.
escapades. It's not funny. It's not fun, and you about to get me in trouble. If your husband he found out I knew, baby.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna stay out of that,
Yeah.
right? And even though, I mean, you can be my friend, but let's say y'all are just growing in different directions.
Right.
You know,
Right.
let's say, you know, you want to live your life a certain type of way. That's not the way I want to live my life.
Right.
I think you, as a person, have to have that boundary to either this is a friend I kind of kick it with sometimes, or you know, maybe I can't be as vulnerable with this person, or I can't spend as much time together, or I just can't be this girl's friend anymore.
Right.
And I think that's like a good segue into like the next topic of friendship breakups.
Ooh, we talking about that today?
Right. Damn, I thought that was next episode.
What's next episode?
We can wait till next episode. But
I'm like, we gonna get into it.
Let's do a time check and see.
Oof. I don't know.
Okay. Friendship breakups will be next.